Okay, I'm back. It looks like there's already some DLC stuff on the menu. I mean, I don't know if that's DLC or stuff that was like just, you know, there from after you beat the game, or maybe it was DLC and it's just like now available or something. I have no idea. I have no idea, and I do not know. Also, I think we got a blessed start here. Welcome back to Picross. Yep. As I was saying, like before we, as I was saying earlier when we were wrapping up Sonic, I think it was ultimately a mistake trying to push Picross as much as I have been. But, again, lesson learned for the future. I do really love Picross, but, you know, it's just one of those things that, like, just maybe not the best stream content, really. That's ultimately what I think it comes down to. Okay, it was DLC, but it's based on the content that I did already play through and do, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was expecting. And yeah, there's probably no need. It sounds like it's also just a lot of, like, perfecting, like, your skills against the bosses and stages and stuff. A lot of optimization content, basically. Which is cool that they actually offer that. Like, I'm not going to deny that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I can mark that line. 1, 2, 3, 4, blank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Oh, what about here? 1, blank 1, blank 1, 2, blank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm assuming I can. I'm assuming this is here. I mean, oh yeah, it's Mario Picross, so it would have like told me if I was wrong. So yeah, that was fun. I keep forgetting that it's Mario Picross, so I technically can make mistakes in this mode. pixie. I don't know about that. Oh, hold on. Rubber ducky. That's kind of what I'm thinking myself. Could be something hatching out of an egg. You love a good hatch. Okay. 30. Yo, look at all those zeros. Hell yeah. I love zeros. Zeros means free lions to not worry about. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, that's all of them. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Coffee cup? That took very any time today. Was the weather nice enough to go on a walk today? I actually didn't go on a walk today because I had to work. But, and it was kind of wet out, so I didn't want to walk to work either. So, I could still go on one, like, after the stream, honestly. So, you know, I'm not going to rule it out. It does look a lot better now, and it doesn't seem like it's as wet. Some kind of circle. Wish I could have got this one a little faster, but I mean, I'm still going to finish it in less than 10 minutes. And I don't mind that. Wait. 3, 3, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. What's this? Oh, no smoking sign. Nobody better be smoking in this stream. Actually, I don't really care. If you are, you are. I can't stop you. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. That could be. I mean, no, it can't be that, so yeah, I'm fine. Actually, hold on, this is a 2. Actually, this is the 4. I'm probably just gonna go in order at first. Might as well just go through them in the order they're supposed to be played. Actually, hold on. Yeah. Oh. It's bird, pelican, or whatever Pelipper is. Excuse me. Okay. Four more. I think it's like four more, and then it gets like one big one, and then it's the Wario stuff, I remember. Something like that, anyway. Boop, 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 boop. Four, blank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, blank, 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, 3, blank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Didn't feel like I didn't mind taking the penalty there. Hey Ringra, how you doing, buddy? Oh God, it's icy sleet outside. Wasn't expecting that kind of weather. Ooh, Zelda drawing. You draw way too much. It's almost like you're an artist or something. I know, a bold claim, but like... That's a lot of sleet outside. This is 7. Let's see, so this is the 2. It was good. Finished the game today. Had a interesting ending in last series of boss fights. But yeah, we're finished. So I'm trying to get more of this done. Man, I'm just like a few spaces away. No, I'm not playing Sonic 06 next. I don't even have the game. I wouldn't have a way to play it. Well, it's a Sonic game that came out in 2006. Okay. Oh, damn it, why am I yawning? No, I did not mean to mark that. Shoot. You like to cha-cha? Cha-cha's pretty cool. Okay, 2 more. Come on, give us one where we have a lot to fill in. Wasn't crazy about that draw, but we'll make it work. I completely guessed on that one. It's a face. Oh. That was my bad. Snowman? Okay, I gotta be careful a little bit. So I don't want to fail it this far in. I don't think I will, but still. Never hurts to be safe. Boo, 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 boo. What? Fine. What? Oh, shoot. I hate when I make mistakes. Oh, man. I hate yawning because I am starting to get a little tired now. But I'm so close, at least to this world being done. Let's play Yoshi's Cookie. Now that's an idea right there, Ringra. Hey, Coolio. Okay, I need to be very careful now. I mean, if I fail this, I'm just gonna get the answer and fill in what I missed. I think that's more than fair. I feel like I'm close to being done, though. I feel like this is something. Actually, there's a 3 here, I think. Got it. Yo, hey Blaylock and hey Odin. PTM just finished the second race. How'd it go? Oh no, where do I go now? In the eye of the beholder. And this one's a 20 by 25. Yep, I finished Frontiers. Had a feeling I would. I'll probably do my, like, write-up later. I'm working more on my Mario Party 10 video right now, so... Nope, there's still one more world after this that's got the same basic idea. I think it's like 15 puzzles after this one, so it's almost done. But yeah, as I said before, not starting anything new after Frontiers is being done. Strictly going to be Super 16 practice for a bit. The puzzles will be Wario Picross puzzles, for sure. So there won't be a time limit. Oh, he lost again. Well, closer this time. 2, 3, 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think PTM will get a win, though. I think he'll get at least one win. I have faith in him. It's randomizer, so sometimes you'll just stumble upon, like, the route at some point. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's true. Can't say the same for, like... Well, I mean, I guess Challenge Cup I did win a few. I just didn't win any of the races that actually counted. Oh, yeah, that guy. Funny story about that guy you're referring to, Blaylock. Yeah, I think his name was, like, Fatboy 300. It was, like, Fatboy Bowls, but, like, he changed it to just Fatboy after a while. So, here's the thing. He, I did beat him, finally. Come to find out, a few years later, he actually got banned from a tournament, or just even the community in general, for cheating. can't confirm that it was during the... I doubt it was during any of my races with him, but... He definitely did get caught cheating in, like, more professional or skill-based competitions. I can't say for sure how or not, but that was something that we found out and learned about later. And that, like, really threw me through a loop, because, like, you know, because all the races I had with him were pretty close, too. I never feel like he beat me by much. In fact, the one loss I took to him, like, the first loss I took to him, he beat me by, like, literally, like, a few seconds. But yeah, I don't have any, like, specifics on how he cheated. I don't know if it was, like, stream sniping, like, basically watching the other person's stream, or getting notes from somewhere. I honestly don't know. But hey, if you know, you do stuff like that and get caught, then, I mean, expect to pay the consequences, you know? Well, I doubt it was spliced runs, Ringra, considering you'd have to do, like, a lot more work to do that, and, like, in a race time, a live race, that'd be practically impossible. But yeah, I don't know what it was. Pretty much, yeah. It's like cheating on a test in high school. That's pretty much it. I remember I got in trouble for cheating on a test or something, like in first grade. But it wasn't so much that I was cheating, it was just that I didn't exactly grasp what was going on. Like, we had like a spelling test or something. And like, for some reason, like, the teacher gave us like pieces of paper that had like, you know, blanks on one side, and on the other side it was like literally the actual words like spelled out. And like, you know, being a kid, when like it's like, okay, number 1, spell this word, and I noticed that, oh hey, it's on the other side, I guess I'll just turn around, see what the word was, and just write it down. And I got caught and got in trouble for that, not realizing that the point was to, you know, test us on spelling those specific words. Also, I think this is actually going to be Wario. I think it was Ringer said this was going to be Wario. I think this is a Wario puzzle, actually. But, like, I was a kid. How was I supposed to know? And the words weren't as easy as cat. The words were a little harder than that. It's all good, Odin. I would have cheated off of you. No, I wouldn't have. I would have cheated off of it. I don't know where to put this. Yeah, looking off of someone else's paper, I mean that's a classic. That's a classic cheating device. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've been I was definitely tempted to do that a few times during school for sure. Like, I mean, the temptation's always there, especially if you're sitting to someone who you know is smart. But I usually did my best to never do it. Sometimes there's just like, you know, one question or one answer. You just want to get it right. You just have that. Oh, what is it? What is it? It's at the top of the. It's at the top of the piece of paper. If I just peek over here, maybe I can see what it is. But then I just realized, if I get caught, it's just, well, that's an automatic 0. So it's like, I better not do this. Yes, you. I think I remember how the segue to the next world works, too. I think that when I do complete this puzzle, like, I can click on something and it'll take us to the other variant for the Wario mode. I think that's how it works. It sounds about right. Sounds like something they would do. I don't think I ever had someone copy off of me. I think there were a lot of people in school who thought I was stupid. Even though I had, like, some of the... I was, like, in the top 5% of my class. But because of just the way I acted normally, I feel like a lot of people thought I was dumb. But, no. So I don't think people usually tried to copy off of me or anything. So there's puzzles hidden on the title screen. Yep, exactly. And they don't unlock until you do everything in the game, so it's like, oh hey. It's the game that never ends. I'm gonna guess. Okay, I was right. It wasn't until, like, I want to say it was, like, 10th grade when we had, like, geometry. It wasn't until then that, like, people really started thinking, oh, no, he's actually really smart, because I usually was the person people would come to ask, like, hey, how do you solve this homework? I don't get it, because the teacher we have is, like, super hardcore, and I don't get any of this stuff, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll teach you how to do this. But that teacher, like, the way that teacher taught was the only way I could learn. Which, rest in peace, because that teacher actually passed away recently. She was, like, my favorite teacher. But Slim... Just never playing Picross. Yeah, I'm never playing Picross on stream ever again once I finish this game. It was an interesting experiment, but yeah, it's Picross I just don't think is an entertaining streaming game. Oh wait. Oh, up here? Yeah. I mean, everyone's gonna die. Like, that's just the fact. But yeah. And she was pretty old even when I was in her class, so you know it was bound, it was gonna happen, but yeah, it is what it is. Hey, look, now we can do the Wario puzzles. Now, from what I remember, the Wario puzzles, I mean, for one, yeah, we have the Wario mode again. This is a 15 by 15. Okay, this is even faster than normal. These are even smaller than the puzzles we were doing in the last world. I don't think all of them are this size, though. I think some of them are like bigger than this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Figure I might as well get a little bit done of this world. Plus, honestly, Odin coming in and like starting to talk, like that actually kind of gave me a second wind. I was actually kind of falling asleep a little bit during the last world. Gave me a second completion wind. And not even just Odin. I think Blaylock's been talking a bit too, so that also helped. Chat getting more lively helped, basically. That's another thing, and like, I get it. I'm not gonna fault anybody for not sticking around for these streams. Like, I think Gaming Doc even said that he couldn't wait till I would be done with this because he kind of doesn't really get in these streams. And trust me, I understand. It's not exactly the most immersive, like, stream game. I'm trying to remember how I even got around to even playing this. I think it was just that I was working on retro achievements at the time and just thought, well, you know, this is something I can do casually every now and then. And then by the time that it started getting like long and tedious, it's like, well, I'm too far in now. Might as well finish it up, I guess. That's the story of how I started playing Mario's Super Picross for too many months. Ooh, you've been working on a thing. I've seen you on Discord playing something. I wonder if it's anything related to that. Wink. I know that you are getting back into Vesperia. Which that's still a game I want to play at some point. Which I still don't even technically have. Yep, it's Mario's hat. I think this world is a bunch of levels that are just like random pieces of clothing and body parts of Mario and Wario. Which is kind of weird, but... Okay, make all of them that quick. Make all of them that quick so we can finish this by 5. I'm not expecting to no, we're back to a 20 by 20. Damn. I mean, it is at least a 20 by 20. But yeah, definitely stop by Odin's stream tomorrow. He'll be playing Tales of Vesperia, part of his Tales of St. Judia stuff he's been doing for St. Jude the last couple of years. He started the game last year, but couldn't quite get around to finishing it because real life and marriage kind of caught up with him. That's true. I mean, I'm gonna at least try to make a little bit of progress, so yeah, I can say that next time I play this, I can finish it. But again, I'm not gonna say it, because I mean, these next puzzles could be insane. Helping Bobo. Good old Bobo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How's everyone doing? I'm doing alright, Flame. How about yourself? I'm happy. I did see that you did finally beat 4-4, or 4-4, 6-4 of Dicey Floppy Nights. Oh my god, I'm just saying all the wrong games and all the wrong things. Happy you finally beat that. That level was pretty rough. I remember doing that level during my stream and thinking, oh my god, is this a game I even want to finish? But I powered through. Okay, no problem, Odin. Thanks for helping with that second wind. Because I was seriously about to fall asleep. Like, I was like, okay, after I finish this world, I'm done for the day. But then people came in, I'm like, oh, cool, people. I can talk. And that kept me going. Yeah. That's what friends are for, man. For this specifically. Just this. Let's see. Okay, oh yeah, I can mark these off. I can mark... I'm guessing the 3s will be here, so I'll go ahead and mark them off here. I am going to... I might take a small nap. I don't want to take a nap after my stream because I want to get some more work done on the Mario Party 10 video, which I do want to release this next weekend. I technically could release it this week, but since I don't have a weekend project right now, it's like, I might as well just wait for the weekend. Yeah, Behemoth was really... The Behemoth strat wasn't the only reason I succeeded in that mission. There were other factors as well. But, Behemoth was the big one because that was... I was just getting overwhelmed with the number of units on that level. That level was not fun. And I believe it was actually Mega who suggested the Behemoth to me. Mega was like, hey, you should try the Behemoth. I was able to use that to get rid of some of those enemies. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And sure enough, it was a great idea. It was more than just a good idea. It was a great idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have no idea what this part is supposed to be, but it looks angry. Whatever it is. 3. I want to say part of a mustache or something. I do want to go back and kind of do some more of those challenges for Floppy Nights, though. Because I was making some good progress on those, but then it's like, I want to move on to something else. I think because I really wanted to play Tunic. I was like, I want to play Tunic. And see, like, I was going to go back to those, like, as kind of the replacement for Mario's Picross, and I will probably still do that, but since I'm closer to being done, like, it shouldn't take that many extra sessions. What did you think of Sonic Frontiers, by the way? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun game. Not perfect, but... you know, for an open-world Sonic game, I thought it did really, really well. The controls and clunkiness was, like, my biggest complaint with the game. Even then, it wasn't a deal-breaker. I mean, you could get used to it after a while. Oh, I can get rid of some more of these lines. Okay. Oh, it looks like Mario's eyes and, yeah, his face. Derpy Mario face. It's a me. Hello. Can't believe. Oh yeah, I'm not crazy. Wee. Well, thanks, Cass. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hey, a smaller puzzle again. Good. I hope they keep randomly offering these. I really do. Blank 1, blank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mario's boots next. Yeah, it could be. What if it's Mario's butt? No. There I am shouting things I probably shouldn't be shouting. I do it because it's fun. There we go. Could be his hand or something. Wow, what a weirdo. That's me. You may call me a weirdo, guys, but keep in mind, you're the one watching a weirdo right now. So in reality, it's kind of on you. Burp, burp. Burp, 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 burp. Oh, it's just an eye. Why? Like, his eye is on there. Yep, chose to mod for a weirdo. Yeah, you sure did, didn't you? Hey, hey! Okay, keep up with these puzzles. Like, keep up with the short ones. I am more than fine with this. The left eye. Yeah, maybe. Me, myself, and I. Part of the mustache? No, Mario's... This is Wario's mustache, then. Mario's mustache isn't like this. Keep going. They're gonna be this quick. Oh my god. 15s? Cracked! I'm loving this world, by the way. This world's been the best part of the playthrough. Let's see. Arthur's fist? Oh my god, I can see it. I think those are sideburns. You can just put. I can just put Arthur's fist like over that, and it would look like that. I told you not to touch it. Oh my god. I can't believe DW touched Arthur's Picross puzzle. Oh, this is an interesting one. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's not. I forget what I said. I guess it's still kind of interesting, but... One, two, blank, 1, 2, 3. Two, blank 1, 2, blank 1, 2, blank 1, 2. I don't know. It's not likely there's gonna be stuff here, but like I can't know that for certain. Unfortunately, with the one this one is set up, like, I can't really predict this one. I'm gonna just assume what I thought. I'm gonna say there's nothing there. It really doesn't do much for me, though. One, two, blank 1, blank 1, 2. Is there a big number I'm just not seeing here? Like... Fours are, well, aside from this row right here, obviously. Damn. And I was on such a roll, too. I was on such a roll. Does look like this is kind of curving up a little bit. Yeah, Mega Man 64, aka Mega Man Legends, is a much different beast than, like, traditional Mega Man. It's very, very different. Okay, I'm gonna hope I was right with that. Because I was kind of thinking that this is curving up, so maybe this is where it is. It's The Legend of Zelda, but you kick a can for like 5 hours. No. That is like a part of the game from what I remember. Speaking of Bomberman, that's a series I want to get back to on my YouTube channel. I want to do a practice playthrough of Bomberman 64 this year. Soon. Then I can potentially do that later in the year. Okay, maybe Wario's ear. That's the vibe I'm kind of getting with this one right now. So, 3. The gold cards, yeah. There was one gold card I could never get as a kid. It was in, like, the fire area. Like, the fire world. I'm sure I could get it now, but, like... Never 100%ed that game, so I don't know what the final world is like at all. So it would be new territory for me if I get around to Let's Playing that. Or just playing it in general. Yeah, I can do that now. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1. Oh yeah, I guess I can do this. I don't know too much about Mega Man Legends. I only know, like, I did watch this Super Gaming Bros playthrough of it, but, like, I don't remember much about it. Aside from just, like, very select things. I don't know where to... This puzzle is so weird. Frickin' ear. Burp, 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 burp. I mean, I might as well just make guesses at this point. Maybe this. If it's wrong, I'll just fix it. Okay. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Bee. I love that. I love that name, Skater Bee. Okay. I'll probably stop around 5, and then we'll just finish whatever I have left next time. Hey, 15s. You'll love to see that. I don't think that was a typo. I think that was you typing too much. You may have did the Twitch, like, character limit. It's just funny that it ended at Skater B. Wario's nose? Oh, don't know about nose. Maybe Wario's eye could even be his hat, I guess. I think. A skater bee was the last word. Blaylock, I gave you an out. You didn't have to admit that that was a typo. I gave you an out. That's fair. Yeah, I know. I get it. It's all good. No one's gonna fault you though. I mean, typos are they're fine. The way I see it, as long as like people know what you're talking about, like typos are not a big deal. It's like really no different than like anyone like, you know, if they're talking and they accidentally misspell like or mispronounce a word, but like, you know, they know what the word is, so it's literally no different than that the way I see it. Yeah, this is Wario's hat. I can tell now. It's hilarious to see that, like, Ocarina of Time's been so close so many times, but still hasn't been picked. I think that's freaking hilarious. Okay. What's next? Up, big one. Damn it. At least there's some big numbers here at the very least. That's weird that there's like a bunch of ones at the bottom. It's like an umbrella. Yeah, 5, blank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Warriors, yeah. This looks very eyebrow-ish with eye potentially to follow. Why can't all the big puzzles be this easy? Because, I mean, this one, despite being 20 by 20, it hasn't been that bad. Okay, we got the eye. Now we gotta find the sweet, sweet innards. Why would I describe it like that? I don't know. Boobs. That one time where both OOT marbles were in the lead and neither one finished. The one I remember is the one where it was about to win, but then the platform moved, like, right as it was falling down to the platform. And then, I think that's when Turok 2 was chosen. Quite the change it got there. Oh, man. Yeah, Turok 2 was a rough one. That was a rough one to watch. Like, to be honest, I don't really watch them too much. If it's a game I'm really curious, I'll definitely watch a bit. Like, Ogre Battle, I've turned it on a few times and listened. Because I'm kind of interested in playing that, like, those games at some point. And the, like, just in general. Like, I've never played them before myself. But, usually I just, like, have them on and listen to them muted. Or, like, watch them muted. But, yeah, Turok was not one I didn't turn it on very much for Turok. Because just wasn't interested in it. Yeah. I'm curious to how far PK got in his playthrough. I honestly don't know, like, how close he was. It seemed like he was pretty far in. And, like, for Ogre Battle 64, I was watching Cypheron, Odin's brother, play it on Amiibros back when they were doing that. I feel like Thab is much further than what Cypheron was, though. Because I don't remember any, like, snow levels back when I was watching Scythe play it. I'm guessing Wario's... I don't know. 45 parts. But see, it's also a Super Nintendo game, too, so I don't know if that... I don't know if, like, the length would have been a little bit shorter or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I will say it is pretty cringy to go into Thab's chat sometime and just see like people say, oh, "You're still playing this? You're still playing?" It's a frickin' RPG strategy game. Those games were meant to be long. Just get over it and wait for it to finish up. Okay, Blaylock, I'm gonna be a little honest with you. And I'm not saying this to, like, be mean or anything like that. To be honest, I kind of got that vibe from you a little bit. Like, back when I was doing stuff like Dragon Quest and stuff. It's just like, oh, this is a long game. This is a very long game. It's like, yeah, like, that's the point. Kind of got comments like that from you, if I'm being honest. I'm not mad or anything like that. It's not a big deal, but yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, like, again, it's just some people are just gonna be like that, and that's just, you know, some people just don't know or are not aware of that. So it's just, you know, something to keep in mind, I guess. That's why I try not to, like, let it get at me too much when I see it at his stream, because it's just like, well, I mean, I've been there myself. It's just the way it is, and... hey, Magnus. I don't... Wario's Fist, maybe? Oh, it could also be his helmets. It could be like the Wario Viking helmet. Solid Zoolander quote, though, Magnus. A Center for Pets. I haven't seen that movie in a really long time. I got really obsessed with that movie for a while when I was in, like, middle school. I don't know, I just thought it was really funny. Yeah, it's the helmet. Okay. A Center for Ants. The movie Ants. Okay, maybe... I think there's still going to be a 20 by... There it is. This could be the last one I do for today because it's about 5. But I'll definitely finish it up. After this one, there'll be literally 5 puzzles left. 2 15 by 15s, and I think 3 25 by 20s. So I think we can finish it up next time. But I'll do this one to close it out. I'm really happy with the progress we made today, though. I'm so glad this world was a lot shorter than I remember it being. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then looking at just, like, my schedule in general, it looks like I'm probably just going to finish this. Next Saturday, I'm going to finish, Saturday, I'll finish up the trading card seed I was working on. And then after that, I'll finish this. And if there's still time, maybe I'll do, like, either the Link to the Past randomizer seed from that week, or I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't think the trading card game will take me too much longer, because I'm literally at the end. Like the final 5 battles. I also remember when I streamed that. That was weird. Technically, I mean, it was for retro achievements, and I am technically doing retro achievements for this game, so... It's almost like I'm playing Ants all over again. I just remember when I played Ants, like, some of the bosses, like, there was a boss that was literally just, like, a giant foot trying to squash the ants or something. That's, like, the one thing I remember. Foots. Damn it. How you doing, Magnus, by the way? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Foots 3D. Oh no, let's not bring that up. Master Starman's not here. We don't need a Balls 3D reference. Butts. A Butts 3D. 3D Butts. That's a raid message. 3D Butts. Alright, mostly just a lazy day. Yeah, kind of same, honestly. I'm just really surprised that, like, I was literally feeling like I was dead when I was getting to the end of the last world, and then, like, seriously, everyone started coming in and talking. It's like, okay, I feel like making more progress in this now, and I'm so happy that that happened. Okay, I don't know what this is. Blank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 blank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay, that didn't do anything. Put a piece in nowhere land. Oh god, this for... I mean, at least for Super 16, they'd probably just do, like, the first, like, world or something. Which, if that's the case, that shouldn't be too bad. I mean, and plus, like, it's a speed run, so you just memorize what the puzzle is and just finish it that way. This for Super 16 wouldn't have been that bad. Instead, I have to deal with frickin' Hagane and Dracula X. I don't know what to do. I'll just assume it's here. If I mess up, I'll just cheat. I don't care. Okay, if it's gonna curve around this way... Maybe this is like Wario's fist. I'm just guessing at this point. I'm totally gonna need to probably redo a part of this. I'm looking forward to X2, honestly. Because I mean, I love Mega Man X1, and I've been meaning to play more of the Mega Man X games. The fact that it's like all 8 Mavericks, though, I mean... that first challenge was all 8 Mavericks as well, but... Okay, I think I was right about this being Wario's fist. That's what it's kind of looking like it's gonna be. Oh my god. Yeah, it's freaking fist again. Ringra. I told you not to touch it! A Falcon Punch. That's so terrible, honestly. Terrible but hilarious meme. Wait, what? Hold on, no. There we go. That's like the best worst episode ever. That's the vibe I get from when everyone talks about that episode. The episode where Arthur hits DW. Why? Why? I'm gonna assume this is connected, because, like, why wouldn't it be? And I'll be real, I honestly don't know much about Arthur. I just know, like, the basic, like, characters of the world. I never really grew up with Arthur. Okay. What am I missing? Okay, there's stuff here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Mm-hmm. I think PBS is what it was on. I didn't really watch PBS. When I was a kid, I was either Nick or Cartoon. It was mostly Nick, honestly. I watched Cartoon Network sometimes, but I don't remember. I think I was Cartoon Network younger. And then when I kind of started retaining information, it was Nickelodeon. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna guess this is this. Because it's a fist. So this is where the thumb is. Okay, I can close this up. I can close this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is done. Okay, this is a 2, because a 2 wouldn't fit anywhere else. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably, yeah. There we go. Mario, Wario, Lucario. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop there. I went ahead and looked it up. Yep, there's 2 15x15s and then 3 25x20s. So there's 3 left. But, yeah. Or 5 left. Okay. Next time I play Picross, I am finishing it. I don't care. I am finishing this up next time, whenever I do it. Okay, well, thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed me playing through Sonic Frontiers. Hope you enjoyed me playing through this game as well. Even if it is Picross. I'll be back on Tuesday, where I will be starting Super 16 practice. So, if you want to watch me struggle through some new games I haven't played before, then you should definitely stop on by. Let me see. I'm going to check like 1 or 2 things really quick. I've got I've got 11... Holy crap. I have 11 Discord messages on the tournament server. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just trying to get my bearings together there. Okay, I think I know who we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid Some Call Me John mainly because of the raid messages, honestly. Okay, what was the raid message I said I wanted to do earlier? Something about butts. Oh, 3D butts. That's what it was. 3D butts. So yeah, gonna raid Some Call Me Johnny. Frontier's beaten. And 3D butts. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Tuesday for Super 16. Have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, folks.